Hi, it's Sally from babythrive.com, coming to you from my sunny garden because the weather's been really warm lately. So there's a good chance that this is the hottest day of your baby's life, even though it's only like 25 degrees in London or something. And loads of people asking me about green poo, because when the weather is hot, your body and breast milk just naturally adapts and makes a more refreshing, more watery recipe, and your baby might choose to feed more frequently, so you can often get green poo. And most of the time that is not a problem at all. It's just green because the recipe's changed because the weather's hot. Dr. Jack Newman, an IBCLC from Canada, is famous for saying that if you're changing nappies and you're worried about the colour of your baby's poo, you should just wear sunglasses. I don't think that's completely helpful, because we can learn a lot from poo, and it's always worth giving some thought to if that is definitely what's going on. A lot of parents, when they see green poo, jump to the concern of my baby has a lactose intolerance, but actually lactose is natural and normal in breast milk, so babies don't really have a lactose intolerance, except for incredibly rare cases where they would be very ill very quickly, so you would know if that was the case. What you might be thinking of is cow's milk protein allergy, but if that was the case, we'd be looking at not just green poo, but maybe mucousy poo, foamy poo. Could be you'd see other signs in the baby as well, like eczema, dermatitis, wheezing, congestion. So if you're thinking down the allergy route, especially some kind of dairy intolerance, those are other clues to consider. Another popular question is it fore milk, hind milk imbalance, and should we worry about it? Basically, there's not much reason to worry about fore milk and hind milk unless your breasts are becoming really overfull and your baby's just taking very small feeds and just getting the first bit of milk consistently. Then there may be a consideration. But there's things that we can do about that. All these issues are fixable. Another question is functional lactose overload. There's a really good page on this from the Australian Breastfeeding Association. This is when a really large volume of low-fat milk goes through the baby very quickly, quite often. That is a thing. That could be something that you could look into. Ask your IBCLC to help you to talk that through and see if any of that sounds like something that might be happening for you. And lastly, if you're not eating, there's a page on Facebook called the Baby Poo Gallery, and it's got all the different random and unusual things that happen with baby poo and what you might learn from them, if you fancy a deep dive on the subject. And just to say, if you have noticed a recent change with the hot weather, with your baby's poos looking greener, and your baby seems perfectly happy on the subject, I wouldn't worry about it. It's just the weather, and it's just a more refreshing and the change in the rhythm of their drinking due to the weather.